This is Coaching Club TV. I'm Tremaine Du Preez. I'm an executive coach and a researcher and author in the area of decision making. For this month's Coach to Coach, I am delighted to welcome a very special guest who has come to London via Los Angeles and Stockholm, where she worked in the fashion and music industry, and later on into well-being and professional and personal development. So this is Life Therapy with Zita, and this is Zita Tulyahikayo. And I've said that wrong, haven't I?
You said it beautifully.
Zita, thank you so much for being here with us and exploring the nature and the idea of systemic coaching, which is something that I find truly fascinating and powerful in the world of coaching, but not yet very well known. So I'm very much looking forward to exploring this and how it is used in both professional and personal development. So let's start off with asking the question, what is systemic coaching?
Well, systemic coaching is coaching in essence, but as opposed to, let's say, if you had a camera and you had a small macro lens, systemic coaching is like having a wide angle lens. It takes in the whole picture, so all the systems that the individual belongs to, not just the individual itself. For me, one of the fundamental differences is we look at the innate need of every single human being that we all have. We all have a desire and a need to belong. And we belong to the family that we were born into. We belong to our culture. We belong to our country. And all of these tribes, in essence, that we belong to have rules and hidden loyalties, in essence, that assure our belonging. And when you can understand that a loyalty to one tribe may conflict with a loyalty to another tribe, then you can see where issues might arise for a client by being able to address them and ease the guilt of saying, well, I belong, but I'm going to do something slightly differently that serves me better, that serves the greater good. That's really getting to the heart of the matter of creating transformational change. I think it's about creating deep, meaningful change. We can all make changes by kind of superficially paying lip service to certain activities that will change some things. But what I really value about the systemic approach is getting to core issues and changing them at the roots, at the grassroots level. And this creates something quite profound that affects us for the rest of our lives. We have that change. And the real key is when we acknowledge what is, before we even maybe try to change something. So quite often, and I know from being a traditional coach, and that was where my training started, we're just looking to change things and we kind of skip over things or we don't value their importance. In systemic coaching, we are acknowledging all of it as being right as it is, but perhaps needing some adjustment. And with acknowledgement, we notice that right away something starts to settle, something different starts to happen just with that small, simple action. But that's the most important, and that's what makes a difference. Well, I think the wonderful thing about systemic coaching is it's almost like a filter. So you can be any type of coach, therapist, healer, teacher, educator, facilitator, and you can take the systemic coaching approach as a filter to lay over the way you already are working and apply it if you feel it's appropriate, because we do have some issues that are systemic and some issues that aren't. Ideal client for me is working with someone who really is ready, willing and prepared to take a deep dive. This work requires quite a lot of the client in terms of accountability and responsibility. And that takes courage. It takes courage to do any kind of work, but I think someone who wants to really get to the heart of the matter and create that meaningful change that will change things not just for them, but for the greater good of all by changing themselves. You know, I think it was Gandhi or someone who said, be the change you want to see in the world. That's the client I'm interested in, who wants to change themselves and in so doing, change their world, our world, for something better. And you can take a person through that journey and bring them out to where they actually really want to be in life, so that they're living their full potential in their work and personal experience. That's incredible. That's exciting. That's what I'm interested in doing.